2 weeks into training now, just how happy have you been with the progress so far?
Yeah, extremely happy. If I'm honest with you, it's coming together nicely, which is nice to see. You know what pre-season like? It's like it every year. You get players that are obviously can commit for the whole time. You've got players that are obviously been on holiday, players that are dipping in and out because they've got family events and other things. So it'll be nice to see the whole squad together. We've obviously had good numbers for the last 2 weeks, and fitness is progressing. And obviously pre-season's all about getting that fitness in and getting the running in the legs. Starting with the ball work now, which is good. We can obviously then start implementing our ideas. But overall, I'm happy with how pre-season's going, and looking forward to the next 4 weeks and seeing where we get to.
And players' attitudes have been really positive around the camp, hasn't it?
Yeah, excellent. And that's something that me and Joe spoke about before we even started pre-season. The attitudes last season were clearly not very good. We had to change that attitude for the last 10 games, which we started to. Obviously, we've got 5 or 6 here from last season, the ones that we thought were the better players in the squad, and the ones that we thought would add to something this year, which has been positive. And they've even come to me and said the attitude and the difference in training and the difference in tempo and standards have risen, and that's exactly what we're looking for. We're not looking to make numbers, but we're here to be successful. So attitude of the players has been second to none, can't fault it. Commitment from the majority of the players has been excellent. Obviously we'll start to see a lot more numbers at training moving forward, because players are back off holiday and players are obviously starting to commit a bit more, which is nice to see. But smiles on faces, we're all happy and all good.
I won't be going into too much detail just yet, but there is a few former faces from last year. Is it just a matter of the slate's clean now? Is it news?
Yeah, 100% slate's clean. That's I think last season has to be put behind us. We're not that AFC Mansfield anymore, and I said that to the lads the first day that we came back into pre-season. We are not the same team as we were last year. We're not the same club that we were last year. We've had to raise the standards. We've had to raise the standards off the pitch. As you know, John, it's something that was very important for me to stay on, that things were put in place, and if they weren't, I wouldn't be here, and that's as simple as that. So the standards off the pitch have raised, standards on the pitch are obviously going to be better. We expect a lot more. Me and Joe have got a professional attitude towards things, and that's important, because if you don't and you let players run away and get on with whatever they wanted to do, then you don't develop a squad and you don't develop a team. So clean slate straight away from last season. No performances, nothing else has been held against any of the players that are here. We're here for the 23-24 season, and that's where we look at.
And you've brought two new additions to the backroom staff. Just how important, how have they gelled improving the squad?
Yeah, again, we've gelled as a management team already. There's 4 of us now, so we've obviously got Ben, who's come in as our main physio, and 5 of us, including Jake, the other physio. So 2 physios for the lads to obviously work with on a Saturday and on a Tuesday night. We've brought Jake in, who's a very good coach, and obviously Joe's the assistant manager and will be with me wherever we go. So the standards had to improve. We can't just run it as a 2-man band. We have to run it as a team, and the team on the pitch and the team off the pitch, and that's exactly what we are. You're part of the off the team pitch as well, which is a togetherness, and we have to have that togetherness, and that's something that I've tried to instill with the players straight away. The togetherness gets you points on the pitch. It gets you things happening off the pitch as well. Everyone has to be pulling in the same direction, and that's, fingers crossed, what's happening at the moment.
And that's a word you've pretty much used ever since you've come back, and you've seen that there. There's lots of laughs, lots of smiles, and it's just so important going into the pre-season, isn't it?
Absolutely, togetherness brings you points on a pitch. I don't care what anyone says. The squad has to be close. The changing room has to be close. And what I've said to the lads is they run their own changing room. I don't run the changing room. I am the head of the footballing side of things, but I'm not in charge of their changing room. They have to have their own standards, and they have to be together and be able to tell players when they're not doing it right, and also, most important, tell them when they are doing it right. And our experienced players will do that. We've obviously got some younger players as well, which is nice to see. From my time here before, that I like to give opportunities to younger players. There's no qualms about me putting a 17, 18 year old in if he's good enough, and that's where we are still. That's my philosophy. If you're good enough to play, then you're old enough to play. Simple as that. And you earn that right to play, and that's really, really important. You earn the right to wear the AFC Mansfield shirt. I'm very proud to be at this club, so they have to do that, and they have to make sure that they're working as hard as I am off the pitch. They have to work as hard as they are on the pitch to make sure that they're playing.
And I can imagine your phone's been going a lot during the off season. As a manager, I can only guess how how busy it gets. In terms of percentage, we won't go into specific players just yet, as it's not open yet. But how happy are you with the progress you've made with players?
Yeah, extremely happy. There was 5 or 6 targets that were identified at the end of last season. We've got probably 4 of those that are wrapped up and signed. There are obviously signings that will be announced. We will do that in due course. I'm not really a fan of doing that too early because we can't sign anyone until the 6th of July officially anyway. So yeah, percentage wise 80%. I'm probably 80% happy with the squad where we are. There's still obviously room for improvement. There'll be room for improvement in regards to the players we've got here already, in regards to fitness, in regards to technical ability, in regards to understanding the shape and understanding the transition what we want to play as. So yeah, we're there. We're obviously on the right track. We're getting going. I'm 80% happy with the squad that we've got at the moment, and hopefully there's a couple more additions that we can bring in. We'll obviously carry on speaking to players. As you say, my phone went mental over the summer, so yeah, the missus wasn't too happy with that. But that's where we are, and that's why we're in the game. That's why we love it. We're involved, and it's important to get the right people through the door. Some people, yeah, they're good footballers, but they're not the right people in the dressing room. And from my time here before, we've definitely learnt that we're not chucking silly money at people that don't want to be here. So you need to have the right character, you need to have the right personality, and you need to be able to work hard. And that's 3 things that we look for. And hopefully we've made them signings that have that.
And you've announced some really tasty looking pre-season games, especially with worked up towards the end. What is it with those pre-season games? Is it more about the fitness or results, or what are you looking for from those games?
I'm definitely not looking at results. I don't think that's that important. I mean, if you ask any player or any manager, you can win all your pre-season games and lose your first 5 in the season. It's not about that. It's definitely about getting the fitness in the players. It's getting the minutes in the legs. And also understanding how we want to play, because that's really important. If players are doing what we're asking them to do, then I can't really ask much more. If players are doing what they want, then they won't be in the team. Simple as that. We've got a philosophy that we want to stick to, and we've got a way that we want to play. And it's about players understanding where they need to be on the pitch and what we expect of them at certain times. And if we can do that and we can implement that in pre-season, that'll be amazing. We've obviously started with Grantham and ending with Worksop, so we bookend with 2 difficult tests, and that's what we wanted. We need to have them tests. We've obviously got some lower league or teams in lower leagues than us, which will ultimately give us tests as well. That's a different type of test. That's a test how good you are with the ball, where you look to dominate the possession, you look to implement your style of play. But yeah, I'm quite happy with pre-season actually. We've got some nice fixtures, and we'll see what the players get on.
And finally, for those who are not quite sure, what do the AFC Mansfield fans have got to look forward to this coming season?
Attacking football, I can guarantee you that. That's our philosophy. That's what we want to do. We want to score goals. We want to get players on the pitch. We want to be aggressive. We want to try and play, but that's not the most important thing. The most important thing is that togetherness of the squad, and I've said that so many times. They need to be together and they need to be all on the same page. But our philosophy, we will look to go forward, we'll look to score goals, and we'll look to be exciting. So if we can do that, then hopefully we can get a few more people through them turnstiles and keep returning and coming back, because we are an attacking team and we score goals, and that's what we're looking to do.
Thank you very much for your time. It sounds like a very exciting season ahead.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.